we're back. Obviously, the title is very obvious. We're going to talk about the world. Obviously, the World Cup was yesterday and Argentina lost. Things happen. Oh well, maybe next year. But that's not why we're here, is it? We are here because the world was watching Argentina to make sure they lost. Now, this is another situation where I'm an outsider looking in, so I don't really feel a specific way about soccer or people or anything. So even though, yes, I am upset because this did affect somebody in my life, I am looking at the facts and the behavior being shown to me and making a judgment based off that. This video is not to promote any hate. It is not to promote any drama. It is simply to look at what is happening and make a judgment based on that. So this is another topic that was brought up to me by somebody I love. My best friend. She's a sweet girl, super quiet, never really causes any drama, was in tears when Argentina lost. Obviously, she's from Argentina. Her family is a quiet, soccer-loving group of people. And you know who cares about that? Absolutely no one. Because liking Argentina apparently means that no matter what, you suck and it's okay to be xenophobic or racist. Unfortunately, I don't have proof of these people being idiots, but let's just say that full-grown men were yelling racist remarks at her 14-year-old brother at the zoo for wearing his Argentina jersey. A child was being yelled at by a full-grown man. So naturally, I was texting my friend about it, and in like an hour, I did as much research as possible, and I wanted to look at this creator, Vize, I may have pronounced that incorrectly, who explains really well why people are being so hateful.
An underdog was able to go 2-0 up against Argentina, already having a goal chalked off, and with about 10 minutes left to go, they were nearly knocking out Messi and Argentina to make it to the quarterfinals of a World Cup for the first time in their history. It was a fantastic moment. And Argentina made a comeback in the final 10-11 minutes that everyone watching the game of football would find it as an incredible moment and one of the greatest comebacks in World Cup history. One of the greatest moments in recent World Cup history. However, it's not like that at all. Yeah, granted, it's a great comeback, but the main talking points isn't about the comeback, but it's about the referees. And it's about the officiating. We need to talk about Argentina. And this isn't really a debate in terms of if I think Argentina is getting preferred treatment or not.
He shows a few examples of Argentina being favored.
Saying, so stat earlier that Argentina have had 58 fouls this tournament so far with only 3 yellow cards, which I don't think I agree with that, being fair. 60 minutes in, Salah outside the box, foul, not given, okay, could be a bit weak. Second half, Argentina player just collides into the goalkeeper, fouls him, and no card for Argentina. Egypt were already 1-0 up, then they scored a second goal. However, it was ruled out for VAR. It got pulled back to an incident earlier on for what looks like an incredibly soft foul, just battling for the ball. Martinez is already off balance trying to shield the ball, a light contact onto the toes of him. He goes down, an entire goal's been chalked off for Egypt. However, in the Austria game, and McAllister committed a foul in the build-up to Argentina's goal against Austria, this wasn't pulled back and it wasn't even given a VAR check. But okay, mistakes can happen. Later on, one of the Argentine players seems to slap or make contact with one of the Egypt players' face, wasn't a foul, game goes on. After Messi missed his penalty, Egypt went on counter-attack and led to a foul that for me looks like it's a yellow, looked like he smashed into him quite a bit, but you may also say that maybe he ran into him. Okay, the Egyptian bench complains and they got yellow carded for it. Another foul here on Salah, looks like a pretty obvious yellow card going in with quite some force, and in the run-up to Argentina's goal, there was potential 2 opportunities here for 2 fouls given on Egyptian players earlier in the build-up. Foul number 1 where the ball falls in the box and one of the Egyptian players gets his shirt pulled back by McAllister. This was not viewed for VAR. Foul number 2 is that when Salah was inside the box, he got tripped on his toes. Now you would say this is very soft, and you know what, I would also agree that this was also soft. I personally wouldn't think this is a penalty. The problem is that there was also the Martinez incident earlier in the game that also chalked off Egypt's goal, and I would say both of these were also very light. If the contact...
So I do see inconsistencies, but I don't know how soccer works, so I could be wrong. Either way, do you have evidence? Or are you really just mad for being mad? Yes, it looks weird, but that's all you have, is that it looks weird. And it doesn't even actually matter anymore because they lost. And this is the behavior that you so-called people of justice are showing.
What if I told you the whole world will be watching Argentina today? But what if I told you 90% of them are watching to see Argentina lose? Because Argentina somehow this World Cup turned the group chat title into anyone but Messi. Algeria, they filed a refereeing complaint to get Messi sent off before his hat-trick. Egypt were furious after they got a goal disallowed and a late penalty appeal rejected. Switzerland watched Mbolo be sent off because he dove. The whole world changed Argentina's name to Vargentina.
If you hate a team, sure, I get that. A team who behaves a certain way that you don't like, you have every right to not like them. Do you know what's not okay? Behaving like this.
Everyone's watching, you know.
So where's the joke? Why are we supporting videos of children being manhandled or thrown? I don't know if that video is a real video of a child being hurt by a full-grown man, but do you know what is real? The person who made, edited, and posted the video with the caption, "Don't argue with Argentina fans, do this instead." Why are we arguing? Like why? You don't like them? Cool, walk away. I'll be honest, I made my fair share of stupid comments and behavior, but also, I was 12. Why are these full-grown adults behaving worse than a naive, angry 12-year-old? And it doesn't even end here. So naturally, Argentina was trying to be supportive of their team. That's what you do when you live somewhere, especially somewhere that just suffered a very passionate loss. Of course, everybody has their passions, and soccer is Argentinians. And the people seeing that decided that this is how they wanted to react. This commenter says, "That's why they make you sick, you effing Argentinian. Bad losers, always provoking and always ending up like this. Ha ha ha. What a delicious dance." Which makes no sense, but it's also translated from Spanish. This commenter says, "Argentina played super well. They must feel proud of their nation team. I'm not Argentina, but I do root for Argentina in soccer." And in response, people reacted to that. This post is one of three things: pure clickbait, highlighting that you're clearly in drugs, highlighting that you are an unmatched moron, take your pick. Which is funny because they didn't even say on drugs, they said in drugs, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't intentional. And from what I can see, you don't know a thing about soccer. You never touched a ball, have you, to make that comment? Most of these are translated from Spanish, but that one about someone being in drugs was not translated from Spanish, so it's kind of insane that tells him he's on drugs and then says one of the most foolish comments ever, but that's that. And this one is insane. "Argentinians, you have witnessed the biggest shake in the history of the World Cups. Go with your muddy football and take it up the A word. Starving Fs that you are, go suck it." Okay. And finally, Zoe. We're gonna come back to her, but this was her comment. "Looks like the only thing hotter than that match was the salsa they'll be dancing to drown their sorrows." Which makes no sense because I think they're referring to the salsa you eat, but then also to the salsa dance. But I think she got a little mixed up. Anyways, ESPN UK posted Argentina fans in tears following their World Cup defeat to Spain. I don't know if the post was meant to be making fun of it, maybe it was, but the reactions in the comments were 100 times worse than the post itself. Argentina getting knocked out. Argentina, the rest of the world, which isn't true. It's just like, all the people who like being hateful, but oh, I'm sad for them, with a picture of this guy laughing. "In the garbage, you belong, you and your country." All of these are extremely disgusting, and absolutely none of them are warranted for in any way, not even if Argentina does have all these allegations against them. So let me get this right. You, adults with jobs and families who are supposedly so smart, are supporting harming children on the street, making fun of innocent people, xenophobic or racist behavior, and judgment without proof. Because once again, just because the louder people may be bad, you choose to categorize an entire country of people. You are no better than any of those loud people that you're hearing from, because you take that as an excuse to judge everyone. Take my friend's brother, who was literally at the zoo with his family, who just wanted to look at the animals. 14, let me remind you. Because you see those louder people who may be racist, as some say, or may be more unfair, gives you the right, an adult, to shout racist remarks at a child. You are automatically more scum than any of them. I'm gonna pull a card that's gonna piss off a lot of people, but it's also not a lie, so like, who cares? This person here, Zoe, has a transgender flag next to their name. I know there's a ton of hate towards transgender people that I am still researching, but let's say this was a gay flag or a bi flag or anything of that sort. Now take immigrants, which I guarantee quite a few of these people who are cussing out Argentina are also raging at ICE. And finally, we'll take all religious people. Almost every controversial conversation there is to exist, all of them fighting to be constantly respected and treated fairly. But there are some louder creators and protesters, and just people in general, that are violent, behave repulsively, and demand to be treated in a way that they may or may not deserve. And it hurts when people promote violence or hate towards the entire community because of those louder people. But then, these same people go and do the exact same things towards innocent people on the street. Hate posts that nobody asked for, racist or xenophobic comments that they didn't have to post, and for what? You gain nothing except to look like an idiot and a jerk. You are not above any of the people that you're hating on. And on top of that, you're hurting people that you know won't fight back for your own gratification. This was a shorter, less planned video. I wrote this in exactly an hour and worked on filming all last night. So my schedule is still a little bit weird because of summer, but I am working on more videos and hopefully there's more coming soon. I am working on the pacing and whether or not people prefer longer or shorter videos, so if anybody has any opinions, please let me know. But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next video.